What if you could buy a rental, fix it up, rent it out, and then pull almost every dollar you put in back out so you can turn around and do the exact same thing again with the same money? That's not a fantasy, it's a strategy called BRRRR, and it's how investors build a whole portfolio without an endless pile of cash. But there's one step where almost everyone gets it wrong, and getting it wrong leaves your money trapped in the deal. So today I'm going to walk you through all 5 steps, the real numbers, and the one trap that kills most BRRRR deals. Let's get into it. Quick note, this is education, not financial advice for your situation, and the numbers I use are examples to make the math clear. So use this to understand the strategy, then talk to a licensed professional, that's what I'm here for, about your actual deal. BRRRR is spelled B-R-R-R-R, and each letter is a step: buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. Here's the magic that makes it special. In a normal purchase, your down payment is stuck in that property for years. With BRRRR, you get that cash back out within months, so the same dollars can go buy your next deal and the next. It's a money recycling machine. Let's walk the 5 steps. Step 1, buy. You buy a rundown, undervalued property, the kind most people scroll right past, and usually not with a normal mortgage because a beat-up house won't qualify for one. Investors often use cash or a short-term loan like hard money or a bridge loan to grab it fast and cheap. The whole game really starts right here, finding a property you can buy for well below what it'll be worth once it's fixed up. That discount is where all of your future profit lives. Step 2, rehab. You fix it up. New kitchen, fresh paint, floors, whatever it needs. This is the part that does the heavy lifting, because a good rehab forces the value up. You are literally manufacturing equity with a hammer and a paintbrush. Step 3, rent. You put a tenant in. Now the property produces income, and just as important, it's what lenders call stabilized, rented, and ready, which is exactly what you need for the step that makes this whole thing work. Step 4, refinance. This is the heart of BRRRR. You replace that short-term, expensive money with a long-term loan based on the property's new higher value. And the loan of choice here is a DSCR loan because it qualifies on the rent, not your personal income, and many DSCR lenders have no seasoning, which means you can refinance right after the rehab instead of waiting a year. I did a whole video on this exact refinance, so watch that one next. The cash that comes out of this refinance is your original money coming back home to you. This is also the moment BRRRR turns into a long-term hold. That short-term hard money was never meant to stick around. The DSCR loan is the permanent 30-year financing that lets you actually keep the property and rent it out for years. Step 5, repeat. You take the cash you just pulled out and you go buy the next rundown property. Same dollars, second deal, then a third. That right there is how a portfolio actually gets built real quick. If this is making BRRRR finally click for you, do me a favor and tap like. It genuinely helps a small channel like this get shown to more investors who need it. Okay, now the trap. Here's the one step where BRRRR deals die, and it's the refinance. The entire strategy depends on that refinance returning most or all of your cash, and it only does that if 2 things are true. You bought right, and the property appraises where you expected. 3 things wreck it. 1, you overpay on the buy. 2, your rehab goes over budget. Or 3, the appraisal, the after repair value, comes in lower than you planned. When any of those happen, the refinance hands you back less than you put in, and you leave money stuck in the deal. Do that on every property, and you run out of cash fast, which is the exact opposite of what BRRRR is supposed to do for you. Now, to be fair, leaving a little money in a deal isn't a failure. Sometimes you leave 5 or 10,000 in and it's still a fantastic rental. The goal is to get most of your cash back most of the time. The real disaster is leaving so much in on every single deal that you grind to a halt after 1 or 2. So how do you dodge the trap? You win BRRRR on the buy, not on the refinance. The classic guardrail is the 70% rule. It says don't pay more than 70% of the after repair value minus your rehab costs. Buy at that price or better, and there's enough equity baked in that your cash out refinance actually returns your money. The other half is the financing. Use a DSCR lender with no seasoning so you're not stuck waiting and you're not held back by your personal income. Buy right, refinance smart, and the money comes home. And here's the habit that separates the pros from the people who lose money. They run these exact numbers before they ever make an offer. They know their after repair value, their rehab budget, and their refinance number going in. The deal has to work on paper before they spend a single dollar. Let me show you the whole loop with real numbers. You find a rundown rental and buy it for $140,000 using a short-term hard money loan. You put another $40,000 into the rehab, so you are all in for $180,000. After the work is done, it appraises at $240,000. That jump is the equity your rehab just created. Now you refinance into a DSCR loan at 75% of that new value. 75% of $240,000 is $180,000. You use that to pay off the hard money loan, and you've pulled your entire $180,000 back out. You now own a $240,000 rental with almost none of your own cash left in it, ready to do it all over again. Think about what just happened there. You control a $250,000 asset, it pays you rent every month, and your own cash is already free for the next deal. But watch the trap in action. Say that exact same property had only appraised for $220,000. 75% of that is $165,000. Now you can only pull out $165,000, and $15,000 of your money is stuck in the deal. Same house, $15,000 trapped just because the value came in lower. That is exactly why buying right and getting a solid appraisal matters so much. And one more box to check. That new DSCR loan still has to pass the rent test. $180,000 at an example rate of 7.5% is about $1,600 a month, all in. If the place rents for $1,950, your DSCR is about 1.2, the rent covers the payment, and the loan goes through. So that's BRRRR start to finish. Buy a rundown property the right way using short-term money. Rehab it to force the value up, rent it to stabilize it, refinance with a no-seasoning DSCR loan to pull your cash back out, and repeat with the same dollars. The strategy itself is simple. All the discipline is in the buy. Nail that one thing, and a single pile of cash can build you an entire portfolio. This is education, not personalized advice, so talk to a licensed professional. That's what I'm here for. About your deal and your numbers. If this made BRRRR finally make sense, do me a real favor and hit like and subscribe. This channel is still small, and every like and subscribe tells YouTube to put this in front of more investors trying to build something real. It's free, it takes 1 second, and it's the single biggest thing that keeps these videos coming. I'll see you in the next one.